Hello everyone. Today I want to talk to you about something that is very dear to me and very important because I have seen it firsthand in my work with a lot of different institutions, whether local institutions or international institutions. I've advised many organizations, institutions, businesses around the world with regards to how to restructure internally in order for them to be as efficient as possible. Now, what I believe that ISF need today is to establish the proper institutions. We call them in political science institutions of constraints, but also in management and business and in many different terms, we can call them institutions of transparency. We can also call them institutions of financial control, institutions of decision making, and most of all, institutions of communication. So many things that I have witnessed in ISF and doing something that is, I would say, a brief audit, also with a comparison with the international federations that I have worked in with previously, either advised or actually established by myself. What I have noticed is that we need to actually build institutions instead of just maintain the normal operations that we are maintaining. What I strongly believe is that we don't necessarily need just to focus on events, because events are always going to be there. We can bring them. This is the easy way to actually work. There's no problem with events. If in 2026 we don't have an event, I will organize it. We've organized it just now a few years ago, and we will continue organizing it. It's really not a big deal about the events. I think what ISF is lacking is not events. Now, in this region, we've organized the World Cup. We have another World Cup coming. We're organizing every year 4 Formula Ones in Bahrain by itself, just over here, since 2004. We don't have a lack of events. And we have Rally Dakar as well, 5 years, 6 years in a row. We have the Asian Olympics. We have the Asian Football Cup. We have the actual Winter Olympics coming in. There's so much that we are investing in this region in sports. And I am proud to say that I am nominated by my region to be the ISF president. Now, for ISF by itself, we really need to work very hard on institution building. It's not just about the event. This is what I mean when it regards to the events. What I have noticed is that some countries that we are working with and we're communicating with are telling me that the interest overall is getting less and less and less because of few specific issues. And we want to be honest with ourselves. Yes, honesty does hurt, but we need to be honest with ourselves. One, because of lack of proper transparency and proper understanding and communication, some countries are losing sort of interest into being part of ISF. This is something that I have learned directly from nations that have told me about this problem. Another thing, some countries are losing hope as well because of transparency and because decisions are being made in such a way that they don't understand. Now, ISF's main foundation are the members of ISF. The members of ISF, at the end of the day, they are the most important piece that make ISF what it is. After the foundation by itself, which are the members of ISF, then comes the other committees. And I have been blessed to chair the scientific committee in ISF, and I witnessed in the scientific committee by itself doing just small audits on the operations, on communications, that this is actually, unfortunately, very true, that we actually really need to work on that. Now, I don't necessarily say that people who are nominating themselves to various different positions in ISF, that they lack some certain skills in ISF. I believe that we need all of these skills to exist in ISF. And I have really good relationships, to be honest, with everyone. But I believe that at every time, at every moment, there are certain skills that are needed more than others. And one time, yes, we do need to develop the skills of our athletes, of our students, to develop them so that they can have a future, so that maybe we can actually push them to become Olympians, because that is a very good athletic track. But at the moment, I believe that the foundation of an athletic track towards professionalism, towards receiving a medal, is actually administrative, financial, operational institutions. That this is actually what we need today, because investment in ISF is problematic when there is an input of investment, but the output is not as efficient as it should be. This is what I believe. If we develop those institutions together, then I believe that all of these issues are not going to exist in the future. I hope that you put your hand with me, and I hope to receive your support so that you can understand how significant it is to work as a team, actually, and to develop those institutions, because developing them by myself is something that does not make sense. When I go and work with different organizations around the world, what I tell them in the beginning is that I need to work directly with every single person, every single stakeholder, in order for us to ensure that the proper structure and institutions that are going to be in place is something that fits, is something that is acceptable, with no resistance by everyone in the actual organization, so that it ensures continuity, stability in the future. Thank you very much.